Hello and welcome back. So we are having a dollar index update. So we're gonna look at the DXY update, and we were expecting a buying opportunity over there on DXY from the bottom. All right, so counter and trade was just setting up over there. So we are having some buying over there on dollar. Dollar is just pushing up from those lows for upside ahead of the Fed rate decision. So we are having Fed rate decision next week. So if I'm gonna open that chart and open that website, and we are having some data on Monday due on PMIs. Okay, so EU PMIs are going to release on Monday. So very likely we're gonna have drop in these PMIs as high rates are biting manufacturing and services sector. So these numbers may drop on Monday, which can drag the euro lower, and we may see some strength on the dollar as well ahead of the Fed rate decision as well. So we're going to have the Fed rate decision on Wednesday, and that's the forecast. All right, so forecast is that Fed is going to raise for another 25 basis points. So if that's happened, all right, so we may see some strength on, I mean, dollar is just simply pricing in for that. So how dollar going to play during that event, we will see. But right now, dollar is just pricing in for that event. So what we were expecting, simply we were expecting, let's just look at this chart and to get the idea what, let's look at the previous video analysis and then we're going to talk about that. Right, so I'm just gonna bring that DXY.
Technical analysis.
I'm gonna just bring that. All right. So this is going to be the I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Dollar index and set up with that. Talking about that much bigger drop right now, we are expecting a pullback opportunity. Okay, if I'm gonna look at this there you daily go time frame, we were expecting dollar to fall, and dollar nicely dropped over there. And then what happened? It held that low, that bottom, then went higher from that low. All right, so it went higher back to the top. Then we were expecting it to hold that top and then drop, but unfortunately we didn't see that top. All right, the price didn't test that top and broken. And then we were expecting this to either break down that and drag lower. So price broken down, and what happened? Yeah, we were expecting it to either break or bounce. So we got a breakdown. Now price is just simply setting up for another pullback, very much similar like that. Okay, hopefully you understand the bigger picture, what happened on the bigger picture, what's happening on these lower time frame, and what we're expecting. This is going to be a pullback counter trend trade with that trend, the trend which we may see on a bigger time frame like 2-week chart, which I have just shown you. So what you are simply looking for, you are looking for a counter trend trade and the DXY to pull back. Let me pull out my moving averages simply, right? So daily time frame moving averages, you're looking for DXY to go back within those moving averages, okay, within these moving averages like that. So if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, trend is setting up, and we are having Fed rate to see next week, and price is just simply setting up for upside. So you're looking these 15-minute corrections to hold and continue to keep pushing more higher. All right, so pullback, these pullbacks happen, price broke out. So you're looking for another pullback to happen and break out and continue to keep pushing more high. In case if it tests that low, does not continue, test that low, so still going to be a pullback opportunity, counter trend opportunity. All right, so we have seen that the dollar already gained, and gained against some currencies, some risk on currencies, and that's a sign that the dollar, DXY may also bounce back all the way up to the. Okay, so that was the previous video analysis, and we clearly can see that we have seen some buying, over there on dollar index. So we have seen that correction, buying, another correction, buying. All right, but buying is very, very slow, not very, very aggressive. Okay, buying on dollar is very, very slow, not very aggressive. The picture is very much simple. So if I'm gonna pull out some, some so let's just pull out the US inflation. All right, so which is very important. So if I'm gonna pull out US interest rate as well on it, all right, so USINTR. Okay, so US interest rates. That's the reason the dollar, is rising, but rising really slow, not very aggressively like that. Okay, so inflation came, dollar went up, then Fed started to hike the interest rate. And inflation is falling, dollar dropping, so might be another hike from the Fed. Okay, and then they may hold rates over there at top for longer term, and then rates gonna start dropping, and dollar is already started to price in for this drop. That's why dollar is not rising very aggressively for upside. All right, because this hiking cycle, this blue line is over. This hiking cycle is over. Now we only can see exceptional strength on the dollar if we are going to see very slow growth in the economy, and that's the only factor which can drive the dollar aggressively higher. But we are not having that, as inflation is still going down. So the buying which we are expecting over there on the dollar is just for short term. All right, just go back within the moving averages or within that wedge, the wedge which is just building over there. So explain that in the previous video analysis as well. So if I'm going to pull out my moving averages again, okay, there you can see that we are going back within those moving averages. Yeah, so we are going back within those moving averages. So we may see another drop over there. Okay, price may not test that exactly that top. All right, we'll see how far that buying momentum goes. All right, or moving averages are going to hold over there very much similar like that, and the dollar is going to drop for another leg lower. But right now we are expecting this trend to continue to keep pushing more higher till we're gonna have Fed rate decision. So what we should expect, that trend to stay intact. All right, that the trend which is just building over there. Hope that makes sense, guys. The bigger picture which I have just explained to you, you understand that. So we are within that correction. Okay, right now the correction is on a 15-minute time frame. So already broke out. It already broke out. This 15-minute correction already broke out, and in these 15-minute corrections are just building over there. You're looking those corrections to break out and continue to keep pushing more higher. So don't chase these corrections. So only chase once you see that the correction is getting slightly bigger. All right, so slightly bigger, like 30-minute time frame corrections is just building over there. So then you are chasing that like this 30-minute time frame. Okay, so if you are already caught that trade from there or within these areas, then you are looking this to just keep pushing more higher. And if you haven't caught that, then at least wait for it to pull back for a 30-minute time frame and moving averages to hold within these areas and then break out and continue to keep pushing more higher. Yeah, so if price tests that this low, all right, so ahead of the Fed rate decision, so we'll see how dollar does during that Fed rate decision. So right now I'm not anticipating, I'm just anticipating that trend to just keep pushing more higher. All right, so you're looking this to just keep pushing more higher. Thank you.